Hey, welcome to the Shrewdness. I'm Prue, joined by Chiz and Dex as usual. I think Chiz is in his Mexican second home down in Cancun this week, which
There's
is
worse places to be stuck for work.
tough place to be.
I'm about to get dual citizenship.
Hey, we
Good
got
thing you're fluent
another
in Spanish.
great show. Football season is upon us.
Yes.
First game is in a couple more days here, so I swapped our background to red, if you can see that, in honor of the Chiefs starting their season this week down in Brazil.
3 and 4 years, baby. 3 and 4 years.
That's right.
That's the plan. Hey, we got a busy show. Deck's going to go through our agenda. One topic I want to hit real quick is that we officially have T-shirts. We're coming up with a T-shirt order form. We'll get other merch at some point, but thanks to Little Bear Graphics that's helping us out with T-shirts, and we are taking orders now. So you can get in touch with one of us either through the website or
absolutely
a comment on one of the socials or whatever. But let us know if you want a T-shirt.
Better get them fast though, because I imagine the demand for these are through the roof, and they're probably collector's items. Someday they're going to be worth millions.
The initial run, we're going to have some cool ones. And frankly, we're going with some pink, baby. We're going to go pink with some of the first run shirts. It's going to be kind of our special.
Right.
And then we'll have the more traditional colors. But again, we'll post those on the website. So check those out. And thanks for all the support, man. Our subscribers have tripled in the last couple of months, which is fantastic. And thank you very much for tuning in and listening.
Absolutely.
All right, boys, you ready to go?
Let's do it, man. It's football.
That's what we're doing, Dex.
So here's the agenda for the show. And this will be a little bit different than our normal one, but what we're going to start off is with our guillotine Shrewdness sleepers. Our criteria for our Shrewdness sleepers is they are max owned of 25%, and we think they're going to get greater than 7 points. So this is some low-owned people. In fact, my dude's like 1% owned, so you'll be able to go find him if you need him. But if you're banking on, I don't even know, Joe Mixon in your flex, and like, oh no, that was really bad news we got, despite what our warnings were to you the entire summer. Hey, man, we got some people you can maybe pick up and fill in that slot because you need to drop Joe Mixon. That's what you need to do right this minute if you still have him. So we're going to talk to some people that can help you out. Then we have our Shrewdness Spuds. So they're going to be the duds. They're the flip side of these guys. They're of a minimum 95% owned. So they are on your team right now, probably in your starting lineup. And we just don't think they're going to do well this week for a myriad of reasons. And so these are going to have target points of 8. That's low. So most of these guys are going to be projected for 15 to 20, thereabouts, give or take. But regardless, we don't think they're going to get that. We think they're going to get under 10 and around 8 is kind of our criteria for that. So last year we hit pretty well
Dex, on these. In week 1, you probably don't have a whole lot of options, right? You can't.
Absolutely, yeah.
You can't bench your first pick overall. And those are the type of guys that we're picking for Spuds, but just be aware that you may not be able to count on those 15 to 20 points that Yahoo hasn't projected.
What I like about what we do here, we're setting the bar really high for us. So you can go a lot of places, and you're going to get a lot of people that tell you start, Patrick Mahomes week 1. Thanks, appreciate that.
Appreciate you.
They're going to give you a bunch of stuff that is pretty obvious and pretend like they're really giving you something that matters. We're giving you things, if we always say if we can hit one of 3 of these, it's really good. But it's actually helpful information for you as opposed to a traditional site, which is going to tell you, the stuff that you already know.
Yep. And we keep stats. So we highlight each week. So next week when we do our episode, we'll talk about week 1. Did we hit on our Shrewdness sleepers and Spuds? Then we go into our fun Geo gambling picks. So our Shrewdness gambling picks of the week. So we look at the week 1 slate and we look at it and we analyze it. Then we kind of wing it and we just pick something we like. You can bet along with the Shrewdness, baby. So we do it individual and then we parlay it and round robin them. So it's going to be a good time. Stay with us. You'll have a yacht by the end of this season.
At least.
It's always nice. So only put your mortgage down. Don't do anything more than that because, we got to be
Don't go crazy with
things.
it. I mean,
don't go crazy.
Don't do your
please
family's
please
mortgage.
Gamble responsibly. But
That's right.
You're going to make a lot of money.
As we can see with Chisholm in his safe house. So
Right.
it works. I mean,
You don't get to go to a place like this unless you hit on your betting picks.
And you work for a company that sends you south of the border regularly.
Yeah, that may be part of it.
So after we do our guillotine and NFL focus, we're going to go into our picks and prophecies. So we're going to do our division winners. We're going to tell you who's going to win and why. Then we're going to do our Super Bowl participants with the winner and loser of that game. And finally, we're going to finish with our Rookie of the Year and MVP picks. So you can go ahead and throw these in for the long term. Kind of your lottery ticket for gambling, right? So we're going to go through some gambling picks for week 1. These will be like your season-long ones. They're just kind of fun. Yep. So this is what we're going to put our money on. Probably all $5 because I'm a big spender over here, but we'll see what happens, But it's a good time. So that is our agenda. Anything else, boys, you want to put on the agenda, or we start hitting it?
That's a full slate.
Let's do it.
All right. Let's get right into it. So our Shrewdness sleepers. So again, less than 25% owned, and they're going to get more than 7 points this week, which is what you need. So again, if you get about 7 points in this position, this player, you're doing all right because your main guys should be getting you the lion's share. And these are the oh crap fill-ins that you got to do at the last minute.
That's right.
So Pruitt, let's start off with you. Who is your Shrewdness sleeper to start off week 1 this season? Who we got?
One more quick note on this. So we set those targets based on the historical points that it takes to survive.
That's right.
So after going through guillotine leagues for a few years now, traditionally you need maybe 60 to 70 points in week 1 to survive. You got 8 starters. You need about 7 points apiece to be safe. So that's where we come up with our target point total. And then, like Dex said, we don't want to pick the obvious ones. We're looking for players that may still be available in quite a few leagues. So
it's all based in science. Trust the science.
That's right.
Trust the science.
So
our site. So going into your gigameter science ball, what are we doing here, Prue?
So for week 1, I personally like the matchup between the Browns and Bengals. That's going to be a tough divisional matchup. I noticed that Cedric Tillman is only 24% owned. He's projected to score almost 9.5 points, 9.45. So I think he could have a decent game. Joe Flacco spreads the ball around a little bit. He's not going to target Jerry Jeudy only.
Right.
He's going to sling the ball. The Bengals defense is not great. So
yeah, I think they called me about starting a corner this week. So I feel like
said I'm in Cancun. I'm sorry, I can't help you. Next week, though.
I may be drawing Tillman, so I like the match.
Yeah.
That works.
Yeah,
Chisholm.
so almost 9.5 out of Cedric Tillman would be a solid pickup.
That would be pretty good. I like it. I can get behind that. All right, Chiz. Let's go to you. To you. I'll finish up this one.
All right, so I know what you're going to say. When I say this name, you're going to say he doesn't know the playbook. You're going to say he's old. I recognize he's out of shape. He's probably going to come in like Fatty McTitsworth here in week 1.
Darren Waller.
but Fatty McTitsworth is still Amari Cooper. And I think just being Amari Cooper is good enough to get you over the 7 points. I even like him getting in the red zone, getting a touchdown. I'm going with Amari.
What is in the water down there? How many tequila shots have you done? This is ridiculous.
Amari Cooper is going to flash back. He's going to look amazing, and everyone's going to go, oh, my God, run to Amari Cooper, run to Amari Cooper. And you're already going to have him.
Day 5 in the playbook. You're going to give him like 1-9 route.
He's a quick study. He's a quick study.
He doesn't need it. He's all about this, baby. Amari for the dub, and we're taking Cooper. He's my Shrewdness sleeper. Go get him now before everyone else tries to get him week 2.
That is a Frankenstein level sleeper, 6 feet under the dirt sleeper.
I think he's projected for 3 points. So
3.4.
All of those.
Yeah, he's getting 7 at least.
Woo, so I like it. Okay.
How about you, Dex?
All right, so I'm going to dig beneath Amari Cooper, dig up a 1% or less ownership guy, but I think he's going to have some plays drawn up for him. So I'm going with Devon Vele. So
Yay.
so Denver just traded him to New Orleans, and they got some picks back, a 4th and a 7th. So
Yep.
it's actually something of value for a 28-year-old second-year player.
Right.
And frankly, if you're going to give Devon Vele some plays, 6'4", 6'5", probably in the end zone. So I think if New Orleans can accidentally ride Kamara all the way down the field,
right,
and Spencer Rattler is accidentally effective, I would throw to the big tall guy in the end zone if I ever got there. And if he does, 1 catch for 6 points, baby, it can be a 1-yarder. I got my 7 points.
Like it.
So I like Devon Vele to be that guy who I think can get a couple receptions out of the slot. He's really big. He's good. I mean, I like Devon Vele for my Shrewdness sleeper of the week.
Is a deep pull for sure.
Oh, that's a deep pull. And he is available right now in your league. I promise.
Unless pretty much
you are the 1%
league.
that owns him, in which case you probably don't need to put him in your starting lineup if you have someone better. But this is for those that don't.
I think the only people that have Devon Vele are his relatives right now.
His girlfriend and his mom.
So that's our Shrewdness sleepers: Cedric Tillman, Devon Vele, and Amari Cooper.
If you need something besides a wide receiver, sorry.
Too bad.
Well, they can go in your flex or your 2 wideout spots. Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, normally we kind of rotate around a little more, but there's more wideouts available. All the running backs are on rosters.
Yes.
All right, Shrewdness Spuds. So greater than 95% owned, and we don't think they're going to get more than 8 points. And really probably 10 points, but regardless, 95% ownership. Let's go. Let's start with Chisholm this time. So we're going to go down to Mexico. Who do you think's going to suck this week and why?
Yeah, I know that this guy is a guy who finds the end zone a lot, but I really hate his matchup. And right now, that is Cook. Look at Cook right now going against Baltimore. Baltimore's defense historically is great.
Yep.
They are going to shut down the run. And if you look at his matchups against Baltimore in the past, he doesn't do very well. He's had one really bad game, one below average game. I think he's not going to get a touchdown, and he's going to have to come up with a lot of yards and catches to make up for that. And I don't see it happening. So I am benching Mr. Cook week 1. He is my Shrewdness spud for that first week. I don't like the matchup.
Yeah, and when you consider that Baltimore, I think they drafted 9 of 11 draft picks were all defense. So they made a good defense better. I like James Cook, but you're right. That is not a favorable matchup week 1.
Yeah.
All right, I'll take the 2-hole this time. And I think Pruitt and I are on the same team, but we are down on Tennessee, traveling to Denver in week 1 with their rookie quarterback and all associated skill position players. Tony Pollard, I don't mind him week 2, 3, and 4, but not week 1. Not going to altitude week 1 against Sean Payton and that squad. So Tony Pollard is slotted for 13.1 points. Oh, I don't see it. I don't see him punching in any touchdowns. I don't see him catching many balls, even without Tajay Spears in the lineup, who's out for a month. Tony Pollard's going to get eaten up, and they're going to squish the line. They're going to fill the box up and make Cam Ward beat him. I just don't see them scoring hardly any points. Tony Pollard is not going to get 13. I think he's going to get around 8. So he is my Shrewdness spud of the week. Pruitt, over to you.
Yep, I'm going to stay in that same game. Calvin Ridley. I know you're the wide receiver 1, but you're going to Denver. You got a rookie quarterback. You're going against Sean Payton's defense. Yeah. And in particular, you're going to be matched up with Pat Surtain, who's one of the best in the league cornerbacks, if not the best. So, Calvin Ridley is projected to have 15 points somehow. I don't think there's any possible way.
Yeah.
I'm not sure he gets to 15 in any game this year, and definitely not this first week. So.
Yeah, you think the defensive player of the year is going to have something to say about that, do you?
Yeah, for sure. It's a really tough matchup for all of Tennessee that first week.
Yeah, I agree. So to rehash those, our Shrewdness spuds this week: James Cook, we think he's not going to cook this week. Tony Pollard, nope. And Calvin Ridley. It's just tough, man. Pat Surtain, he's pretty dang good. So that is our spuds. If you can bench him, bench him if you got a better option. All right, gents, let's move to our gambling picks. I think these are always some of our most fun things we do each week. We love having a little action on the side when we're watching the games. And let's start out in Cancun. Chisholm, who do you like for your week one? Like starting off our slate.
Well, historically, I am a run to the stink guy.
This one's going to stink. You're stepping in something.
I'm definitely run to the stink. I'm going to go with the New York Football Giants.
All right.
They, I believe, are getting 6.5. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah, it's at Washington.
At Washington. And
Yep.
I know it seems crazy because the Giants were so bad last year and the Commanders were so good last year. But I'm betting on a couple things. Regression from the Commanders, and that's primarily due to Jaden Daniels' sophomore slump. I think it's real. I think he's a really good player, but I think he's going to be down a little bit this year. Scary Terry's been out of camp. They have a rookie running back, and everyone thinks they're going to be world beaters. Flip the other side, you've got an MVP quarterback. I know he's old, and I know that Russ the Love Muss is probably seen his best games behind him, but you put him with Dable, pretty good running game. I think they hang. I think they hang within the 6.5. I think they probably still lose, but I think it's close. Field goal game. We'll take Washington by field goal, but that's enough to cover. Giants plus 6.5. Lock it up.
I love it. I love it. Pruitt, tell us who's going to make us money this week on our second leg.
Yeah, so if you've been paying attention the last 2 seasons to Cincinnati, they have started poorly. And this year they've got a tough draw. They got Cleveland in Cleveland week 1, and they're giving up 5.5 points. So I like Cleveland at home dogs against the slow starting Bengals.
The
5.5.
Dog Pound loves your pick. Dog Pound is barking for that one. They love it.
You're right, Prue. The Bengals just can't get out. They seem to not be able to get out of their own way in the early season.
And you keep thinking this will be the year, but it just doesn't work.
In the Patreon, I think I might mix in a buck or two on a money line for Cleveland too. I just got a feeling that they're gonna come out and punch Cincinnati in the mouth a little bit.
Joe Flacco's no slouch.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Flacco the Sacco. We used to bet against him all the time. Then we started losing money doing that.
Yeah.
Like, oh crap. Flacco the Sacco's good all of a sudden.
Yeah.
So we'll see what's up. And as frankly, when he was with Cleveland 2 years ago, not with Indy last year, I think we got our money back on him last year.
Yeah.
We caught back up.
But that's right. All right, so I am taking.
So what are you thinking?
It's kind of obvious, but not quite, because if it was, the number should be lower to me. I am going to the Denver-Tennessee game because I'm just staying on there. I just don't believe Tennessee's going to put up hardly any points.
Yeah.
Then once Denver's up, I think they're just going to run the crap out of the ball with J.K. Dobbins and Harvey, and this is going to melt the clock. So I like Denver-Tennessee under 42.5 points. I think it's going to be a very low-scoring game, specifically for Tennessee. I mean, I don't even know if they get to 10. They might. They could break something loose, but that might be all they get. And if they do get their 10, I don't see Denver scoring 31. So I feel pretty good about it. So Denver, Tennessee, under 42.5, just because I believe in Sean Payton's game plan against a rookie quarterback.
Yep.
I don't know. We haven't even seen what he's done in a real scene. And at Denver is no joke. My God, that's a tough place to play.
Hard to see 6 touchdowns in that game.
Yeah.
You got to pray against the pick 6.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
right.
That'd be what it'd be. And Bo Nix, I think it's going to be a lot of handoffs.
Yeah.
So I see a lot of nothing.
We don't want any Surtain taking it back to the house type stuff going on.
No, that's true. So that's our 3. So we got Giants plus 6.5, lock it up. Cleveland plus 5.5, lock it up. And Denver, Tennessee under 42.5. Lock it up. Trifecta. Time to go buy a yacht, baby.
I can't wait to spend that money already.
I know. I was like, what am I going to buy with all this? It's going to be like $20. What am I going to get with this? Okay. So here is another fun part we do each year. So division winners. So we're going to kind of go through, and hopefully we don't have total hive mind. I know on a couple we do, but in reality, I think we're kind of different from some of the rest, and we'll tell you why. So I want to go to, let's start with the AFC North. So AFC North, Pruitt, who do you like and why? Out of that, that's a tough conference.
It's a tough conference. I think Cincinnati Cincinnati hangs close, but I think Baltimore's got too much. I think Baltimore takes it with the reinforced defense, like you mentioned,
Yeah.
and Lamar is still Lamar, Derrick Henry is still Derrick Henry. So I think they rise to the top again.
Yeah. No, I like it. So I'm going to go with Cincinnati. I think Joe Burrow, God, he's watching the sand run out of his clock each and every year. And I think he has a baller year this year. And they have so many weapons. That offense is tough to beat. And I think he can outscore most of these teams. Now, last year, I know they started off, I think 1-3 or 1-4, and that was a huge hole. They were playing out of the entire year. This year might be the year they just don't start off so many games under 500 to start the season.
True.
I like Cincy, so I'm
All
going
right.
with that one.
All right.
All right, Chisholm.
I'm smacking you down, and I'm gonna go reinforce Pruitt.
Okay.
Defense wins championships, and that defense in Baltimore is disgusting. It may be that division, though, as far as talent, may be the best division actually in football this year.
Pretty good.
So I do think it'll be very competitive, but I just can't see a way that Baltimore loses enough games in that division to lose it. So I'm going to go Baltimore to win the North.
All right, I like it. Let's go to the AFC South. Actually, I think we're all on the same page here. So AFC South, we're all picking Houston. So we'll just kind of go with the why. So Chisholm, why Houston? Why are we all on this bandwagon?
Yeah. Well, I'm sure you've heard of the tallest midget argument. And I believe that's what we have here. This may be the worst division in all of football. And it's like, I just can't see anyone else winning the division.
So just by default, they're the last one standing because they're the least bad team in the division.
They're the least bad team in the division. I do like, you almost just have to say like, okay, on talent alone, they're going to win because, I mean, look at the other teams. Like, does anybody else have a realistic shot? We had talked about some other teams maybe have a shot.
Yeah,
what did you guys think?
Jacksonville's
got some
I think
talent.
They'll be markedly better with the coach and the scheme change.
Yeah.
And just having an adult in the room should help them a lot.
All right.
And like we were talking in previous episodes, Trevor Lawrence was a no-brainer top pick. Oh, surefire. No way he can miss. This is his year. It's either now or never.
Yeah.
And I just don't think it's going to be enough. I still think Houston, they were snake bitten last year by injuries. They lost Stephon Diggs, Nico Collins, Tank Dell, and Joe Mixon got hurt down the stretch. They had line people out. Their defense was amazing. They even lost some of those guys. So I think if they stay vertical, they're the best team in the division. I don't think it's really even close. How about you, Prue?
Yeah, I don't see anybody even getting close, really. Jacksonville might keep it within a couple games, but I think Houston's going to take it relatively comfortably.
Yeah, I think
Nobody's going with Indy? Nobody's going with Indy?
I think they'll be a tough out. I think Indy's going to be tougher than people give them credit for.
I think so.
And frankly, I think they'll be second. I think Jacksonville and Indy are going to be kind of button heads for second place in this division. I mean, Tennessee, no.
Yeah.
So that one's kind of a freebie. But CJ Stroud, year 3, right? And last year he got some humble pie. He was so good year 1. It's like, this game is easy. This is all I got to do. And last year he got drilled in the face. So Trevor Lawrence and CJ Stroud have some prove-it years coming ahead of them. But we're all with Houston, though, for our money. So if we're division winners, Houston. All right, AFC East. What are we thinking, Pruitt? Start us up.
Josh Allen is still Josh Allen. He's a tough out. Not Sean McVay. Sean McDermott is a great coach.
Sean McVay's a really good coach, too.
They both are. Both Seans.
The Seans are good. Sean's a good name for a coach.
Sean Payton.
There you go. Yeah, McDermott's got him. I mean, he's been around a while. He's been with Josh Allen for many years, and they're always competitive. They've lost some talent, I think, but they're still talented enough to win.
Yep. All right, Chisholm, who do you got?
I look at the rest of the division, and you got the Jets, and you got the Dolphins. I can't see it.
All right, so now that you're done, the fourth team you didn't mention, New England, revitalized, Mike Vrabel. Again, there's an adult in the room again,
Yeah.
and a year 2 quarterback who played really well behind a terrible line, one of the worst in the NFL last year. They have now upgraded the left tackle, the left guard, the center. That's helpful. And I think they free agent got someone else too to help solidify the right side. But I think Drake May with Stephon Diggs, who looks like he's going to be playing week 1, and a better defense, I think they're just going to be really good. Buffalo, they're the easy one, but I like the odds are better for New England, obviously. And I think it's going to be a very good season for them. I think they could win it. I think they could win that division. I like New England. I like where they're at. I like the coaching staff. And I don't know. That's what I'm going with.
You're going for a Patriots renaissance, eh?
A renaissance. And by renaissance, I mean they might win 11, 12 games. That's all they'll need to win that division this year. I think the Jets are going to be a tough out, too.
I think I saw New England's win total last year was 4.5, and they've jumped to 8.5 this year. So
yeah, it's a
the experts
jump.
are with you, right? They're definitely improved. Just I don't know if they can, like similar to your Baltimore statement, Chiz. I don't know if Buffalo can lose enough games to not get first place in that division.
They're gonna have to steal. I think the Patriots are gonna have to steal a win against Buffalo at home, and then hope Buffalo trips up some. But it can happen. It's the NFL.
Yeah,
it is. So that's our AFC East. So we got 2 Buffaloes and a New England. All right, AFC West. I mean, good Lord, our screen is red. Who else are we picking? It's the Chiefs all day. It's KC.
How many in a row is it? Like, it would almost be a little bit insanity to not pick the Chiefs at this point.
Like, my kids don't know any other winner. It's like, this is the greatest thing ever. Like, compared to our childhoods, when we never knew what it was like to win, they don't know what it's like not to win the division. So it's just a different world we live in. I kind of like this new world order we're in with the Chiefs just winning every year. Like, oh, geez, how many games do we win this year? So it's fun.
We were all traumatized for the entirety of our childhood. Our kids are going to be traumatized the one year the Chiefs don't win.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, and we would just try to get through the wild card round, man. It was tough.
Yeah.
Oh, it's tough to see in the NFL. Continuity is so important, and when you can keep your quarterback and your head coach and your D coordinator, as long
multiple
as the Chiefs
seasons
have, like usually that D coordinator is going somewhere and taking a head coach job. You know, he hasn't. Spagnuolo seems content being the D coordinator. Mahomes isn't going anywhere. Question marks Reed, right? Is Reed going to retire anytime soon? But as long as he's there,
speak no evil.
I hope the man coaches another 10 years, but I don't see how you beat him. You know, we talked a little bit in the Patreon. Probably the next best talent team is the Broncos, and maybe in the next few years they make a run, but they're still pretty young.
Yeah. Well, here's the deal. The worst coach in the division has won a national championship in college and been to, I think, 2 Super Bowls.
All right.
So that's the worst coach. Everyone else has won a Super Bowl. So Sean Payton, Super Bowl. Jim Harbaugh, who I'm talking about, obviously. Andy Reid, yep. Pete Carroll, yep. So, I mean, good Lord, this division is stacked to the gills. I get it. But I think when all the dust settles and everybody's throwing their punches, it's going to be Chiefs on top again in the West. Not going to be easy, but I still think they win it. So that's all right. So AFC West, Kansas City, sweep. All right, let's go to the NFC North, the black and blue division. Pruitt, start us up. Who's going to win this thing and why?
All right, I went a little bit out on a limb. I'm taking Minnesota.
Skull Vikings, let's win this game.
Minnesota was like one drive away from taking the 1 seed last year, right?
Oh, they were
so close, right? And
yes, it was.
I mean, they did lose Sam Darnold, but
yes, he had a great season until
he did.
As Chisholm will say, he pumpkined in the final couple of weeks.
I'm excited. I'm excited about JJ McCarthy teamed up with eventually Addison and Justin Jefferson, TJ Hawkinson. He's got several weapons. Adam Thielen, and like you mentioned with Mahomes and Reed, I think Kevin O'Connell is a great offensive coach. If anybody can bring a second-year rookie, if that's a thing, up to speed quickly, I think because JJ's had a year to absorb the offense. I think he'll step in confident, and I
Okay.
think he'll win more games than not. I think Detroit stumbles a bit maybe this year, and Minnesota sneaks in there.
I like it. I
All
mean,
right, Dex.
my
So
purple heart loves that. So that's all
Dex,
good.
so are you doing the same? I mean, right?
No.
Vikings, you gotta be on
So
board with that.
I can't bet on them or it'll never happen. So I am betting on Detroit. So I'm going
Okay.
black to the silver and blue. And here's why. So Detroit, they are in their window. They have the talent, the personnel, everybody you'd ever want to be on a championship caliber team. And it's their window. They should have a good chance to be there. And last year they're on the doorstep. And teams that get to the doorstep often can make that next step up the next year. So they've been going up the ladder each and every year. Last year they had the heartbreak of losing. I think this year they get over the hump. So I think Detroit wins the division again. It's going to be another really, really good year for Detroit.
Well, in the words of our newly retired friend Lee Corso, not so fast, my friends. You guys in a very competitive division.
It is.
You're both wrong. So if you look at the Bears, well, Caleb Williams, so they're out. You look at Detroit. They lost both their coordinators, like you mentioned. Dan Campbell is on the razor's edge of just imploding in any game with his play calls.
Yeah.
So I think
He's
they
aggressive.
regress.
He believes in his players.
Wild
He's
West.
very aggressive. He's very aggressive. He reminds me a little bit of Mike Martz back in the day.
Yeah.
So I think he needs his coordinators to rein him in. I think that causes problems. And the Vikings and JJ McCarthy have drafted Sam Darnold 2.0. So
Stop it.
He is the same, and we're gonna see the same thing from him, which leaves the Green Bay Packers with newly acquired defensive captain Micah Parsons. They already got a lot of talent on the offensive side of the ball. They've played really well the last couple of years. I think Jordan Love takes the next step. The defense is much better. O-line's always solid. And I think this is the year the Pack takes the division again. Green Bay Packers take it to the bank.
Nice. With all those top tier wide receivers for Jordan Love to throw to, like rookie Matthew Golden, like fourth year dud Romeo Dobbs, like Christian Watson on the pup list.
Yeah,
Yes,
Perma Pup,
Jaden
Christian
Reed,
Watson.
probably on the pup.
Exactly.
There's so much talent to throw to. I see you. Don't
That's
forget
right.
Dontavian Wicks. Who? Yeah, that guy that had one good game last year.
That's
so
right.
I hear you. You're right. That's probably the best team.
Totally. They've got this thing, baby.
Give me
It's
Amon
locked
Ra,
in.
Jameer Gibbs all day. All right.
They're locked in. Josh Jacobs, boom. Huge year for Jacobs. Huge year.
There is one name. That's right. Josh Jacobs. Good luck running against that stacked line.
All right.
I like it. I like it. Okay, moving to the NFC South, the sloth division of just, again, which slow tar bubble comes up to the top in the swamps down there. It has been Tampa the last couple of years. So, Pruitt, do you think that trend continues? Who's going to win that South?
I do think that trend continues. I think Baker is good enough. I think Mike Evans and Mika Egbuka steps in and contributes right away. If and when they get Godwin back, at least for part of the season, and then Bucky Irving, Rashad White, I think they got plenty of weapons on offense. Defense is going to be good enough to keep them in most games. I like them again in a close race with maybe one of the other teams that I'll let you talk about.
All right, Chisholm, who we got? What's the right answer to this question?
I mean, I think the right answer is going to be a shock to all of us, but the Atlanta Falcons.
The Dirty Birds.
Yes, that's right. The Dirty Birds. This is the year that Kyle Pitts goes off. Oh, wait. Probably not. So maybe Kyle Pitts doesn't go off, but I do think Michael Penix is a...
Why do you keep saying Penix? Isn't it Penix? Like, you sound like you're saying something else when you say Michael.
I prefer to say Penix.
You can't say happiness without Penix.
That's right. So I think he's going to have a really surprising year to most. I think he's a solid quarterback. I don't think he's an MVP, but I think he's solid. And I think he's got good talent around him. I like Drake London a lot. I like what they've done on defense. I think they're going to surprise some people. And the division is very bad and very winnable. And I think Atlanta pulls it off this year. So I'm going to go Falcons. How about you, Dex?
I'm with you. That's the correct answer. I mean, it's not
Yeah.
Tampa. That's stupid.
That's right.
So it's obviously Atlanta, Dirty Birds, to take the division, and they were on pace to do it last year, if you remember. They were 6-3 after 9, and then Kirk got hurt, and then everything went kind of down the toilet.
Yeah,
but I think they have the star power, right? Bijan Robinson is going to run all over that division. Drake London is one of the premier wide receivers in this league. Atlanta and Tampa, so we got a little controversy there. We like it, though.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to pick in the NFC East. I'll start us off with this one. I'm going contrarian because the other ones are going to be boring and hit the big red button. I mean, a lot of people are going to say Philly, to include my co-host, because it's too stupid easy. They're the most talented roster in the NFL. They're super good. They're the returning champs. They've been in the Super Bowl 2 times 3 years. Okay, I got you. Philly's good, but they're going to get shocked and awed by Brian Dable and those New York Giants. That's right. I know I've got like 1 or 2 Giants fans out there going, what? And they just spilled their coffee on their lap while driving. Like, why would the Giants win? Well, here's why.
That's a very good question.
Because Brian Dable took Daniel Jones to the playoffs a couple seasons ago and even upset Minnesota in Minnesota with Daniel Jones. Then they had Tommy DeVito, and they were actually competitive with him. And as we mentioned in our other wide receiver preview, Malik Neighbors was second in the league to only Jamar Chase in targets. And I think he's going to be just fed the beast again. And they got Theo Johnson at tight end, Tyrone Tracy, Cam Scatterboo,
running back,
improved line and an improved defense, especially with Abdul Carter from Penn State. That dude's going to wreck some people and wreck some games. I think the Giants are going to be tougher than people think.
I think
Philly comes down a notch because we don't believe in that coach. And maybe he wins it again in spite of everything. But if you recall last year, it was turmoil the whole time. That team was just so much talent. But if one thing goes wrong this year, if Saquon Barkley doesn't lead the league in rushing with 2,000 yards, and if the defense takes a little bit of step back, they got really lucky with the injury front last year and lost nobody at any time. And all their best guys played the whole season. That's hard to do 2 years in a row. I think the Giants are going to take a step up and take this division. How about you guys?
I mean, it's a compelling argument, Prue. What do you think?
There was a lot of justification there, Dex. But
I know.
Last I checked,
I gotta be a little contrarian on this.
What is the phrase? Thou doth protest too much.
Last I checked, Philadelphia won the World Series and awarded the Super Bowl.
Hey,
I'll edit that right out to you.
Well,
and they didn't lose anybody.
They won the World Series of football for sure.
That's right. I watched. If you haven't seen The Kingdom yet, by the way, go watch The Kingdom. And it talks about how Lamar Hunt named the Super Bowl.
All right.
That's right.
I want to do this real quick, guys. So, who won the division last year? The NFC East. Hey, just help me out. I can't remember.
Washington.
It was the Cowboys, or was it? Wait. I think it was the Eagles. It may have been the Eagles.
It was the Eagles.
Why do you think that was?
So, here's what's fun. Since 2004, no team has managed to win the NFC East back-to-back. They haven't had a repeat winner since 2004. Now, it was the Philadelphia Eagles 4 consecutive with Andy Reid as the coach, who is an actual real good coach as opposed to their current coach.
Yes.
So, I am taking coach thing too. I'm taking weird statistical anomalies.
All right.
I get 21 years we haven't had a repeat winner, so it's not going to be Philly.
Trust the science.
I know. So I got you. All right. So let's go.
You're mixing it up. You're mixing it up.
Gotta mix it up. So NFC West, our last division winner. Chisholm, since you've got all the answers for us, who's winning the NFC West?
Well, you're right when you started talking about coaches. That part was right. And if you look at the NFC West, they do have some good coaches in the NFC West. But I think the best coach in the NFC West belongs to the Rams. Sean McVay has shown that, like, he's just better than you most of the time.
Yeah, he is really good.
And I think that when you put him against Shanahan, who's a good coach as well, but Shanahan has a lot of talent whenever he's won. He's got less talent this year. And I think that he's not as good of a coach overall. McVay, I think, has better talent this year. It's all going to rely on Stafford and keeping that guy upright. I hope he's getting a lot of shots in that back this week.
Some stem cells.
A lot of stem cells, whatever it takes to keep that guy upright. Because as long as he's upright, I think the division is theirs to lose. So I like the Rams in that division. How about you, Prue?
I'm taking the opposite view of Stafford on that. I think that he's getting older.
You don't believe in science?
I don't think he can stay healthy the whole year. And I think the Rams revolve around him too much, right? He's their MVP easily.
Yeah.
Kyron Williams by himself can't win that division, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So I don't think the Rams are going to hold up physically. Like you mentioned, the 49ers have lost too much talent. I don't think they'll be able to take it. I'm going to go with Seattle Seahawks.
Wow.
I think Sam Darnold is better than you think.
Speaking of pumpkins, he's gonna take it.
Doesn't matter what happens in the playoffs, right? He's gonna get them through the playoffs. That's his job.
Yeah, that's right. You just got to win the division. You don't. It's postseason quarterback's different than regular season.
JSN, and I think the addition of Cooper Kupp will be a big help. Kenneth Walker is a little iffy health wise, but if Kenneth Walker can stay healthy,
he's good when he plays. Though
he's a damn good running back. So I think they're kind of the close sneak to the front at the very end of the season type.
Okay.
Surprise, maybe. So.
I like it. Well, I mean, if Darnold is better than I think, and it's most probable he is because that's how little I think of him, he could lead that team to win the division because I think it's a close division. Dex,
I did too.
Where are you?
So I'm on the Rams as well. Again, I think the coach is amazing. Stafford he's getting long in the tooth, man. It's going to be one of his final good years. And they helped him out by getting Devontae Adams to replace Cooper Kupp to go alongside Puka Nacua. These are two of the top probably 10 receivers in the NFL lined up opposite each other. And Kyron Williams doesn't suck. Blake Corum's going to have an improved role. The line's still good. The defense is still good. And the division's is winnable. I just think the Rams have the most talent and the best players. I think they can win it. So I'm on the Rams.
Yeah, I think it all hinges on Stafford. I agree with you.
No, it totally does.
If he goes down, I think all bets are off.
Yeah, because
they could lose enough games for sure. If he goes down, I could see.
Yeah, Garoppolo ain't doing it.
Yeah, I agree.
Despite him doing well with San Francisco a couple years ago, no. Garoppolo, no.
Right.
All right, so that is our division winner picks. Let's go into our Super Bowl participants. Pruitt, who's playing in this year's Super Bowl? I mean, we're just going to watch the season for fun, but who's actually going to get there at the end?
All right, so I'm going totally back on what I just said about winning the division. I still think
they can still win the division and have all this happen.
Yeah,
right.
That's right. That's where I'm going. Is I think Seattle wins. I think LA still gets into the playoffs. They prove that they are the better team, more talented team in the NFC, and I think the LA Rams go to the Super Bowl. But I think the Chiefs go back to the Super Bowl. Travis Kelce walks off a winner and retires after 13 seasons.
I like it.
It's good. Right. I like it. Two great coaches.
All right. I'm going to stay with some of that. Half of it was right, Pruitt. I mean, Kansas City is definitely going to take this thing behind a revamped line. Every time Patrick Mahomes has had a line, it's been curtains for the other teams in the NFL.
Yep.
Kansas City got a left tackle.
Somebody's better.
Let's go. And the defense has gotten better. They're young. They're hungry. They're good. I just think the Chiefs are deep this year. I think they're going to win it. And they are going to be triumphant over the team who's in their window, who's going to finally get there and lose, the Detroit Lions. So they're going to make it all the way to the mountaintop, almost. And then Pat Mahomes is going to kick them in the face and roll them back down the mountain. So Kansas City over Detroit for this year's Super Bowl. Chisholm, who you got?
Well, I hope you guys are right. I really do. In my heart, that would make me the most happy. But I have this really sneaky suspicion that's not good. And it's the suspicion that this is finally the year that Josh Allen makes a Super Bowl. So I said the Patreon, Josh Allen is Patrick Mahomes if Patrick Mahomes was not in the league. And
Yeah.
he is like, he's kind of like Barkley was to Jordan, or Clyde the Glide was to Jordan. They're incredible, and they would have won multiple titles, but
They
Jordan.
keep running to one guy.
Yep.
Jordan,
Yep.
Who
and
just
so
goes like this.
So it's really tough. And in my heart, I hope that this doesn't happen. But I think there's a little bit of destiny that has to happen, and the Bills finally make the big game. Everyone goes nuts, and they're going to be playing another team that everyone's going to go nuts about. The Pack is back. They make a surprise run to the Super Bowl. We get Packers, we get Bills. People go nuts. It's a crazy matchup. Everyone's super excited. Josh finally gets his Super Bowl. Bills to win the Super Bowl over the Packers.
All right. That would be an exciting matchup. I'm not going to lie. That'd be pretty fun to watch.
Yeah.
I mean, unfortunately, it's going to be Kansas City, Detroit.
That's
That's
right.
all right.
I hope you're right.
I do too. All right. Let's go into our Rookie of the Year. So there's a lot to choose from. Who are you going to start with, Chisholm? Who's going to be the Rookie of the Year?
I'm going to go a little bit off the radar from a standpoint of a guy that's not going to be playing on a team that's going to be very good, which is kind of rare. But I really like Tetairoa McMillan. And I think Tetairoa McMillan is going to give Bryce Young something he hasn't had, and that is a true number one, big, tall. He's going to like that, and he's going to become super reliant on it, and he's going to throw Tetairoa McMillan a lot of balls. Tetairoa is going to get a bunch of numbers this year. Even though that team's not going to win a lot, they're going to be playing from behind. They're going to be throwing a lot. He's going to catch a lot of balls, and everyone's going to wake up to the talent that he is. Even though there's a lot of great rookies, I think he's in the right scenario to be the Rookie of the Year. So I'm going Tetairoa McMillan, Rookie of the Year.
I like it.
How about you, Prue?
So I had a similar line of thinking. I think not Tetairoa, but I'm going with Travis Hunter. I like his situation a little bit better than Tetairoa's in Carolina.
Yeah.
Travis Hunter's on a Jacksonville team that's got a couple of other decent offensive weapons and a more experienced quarterback. So I think as long as they don't overuse him and tear him up, and if they use him sparingly and mostly on the offensive side of the ball, I think Travis Hunter's got a good shot at winning it.
I like your pick. I like it more because I think if he actually does play both ways more often, that gives him kind of an edge because he's impacting the game from both sides of the. So he doesn't necessarily need the best stats on either side, but in fact, if he does meaningful counting stats for offense and then does some great work defense, he might have it hands down. That's a good pick.
That's right.
Absolutely could be him. So
How about you, Dex? So you're picking him too?
Nope, I'm going Omarion Hampton for the Chargers. Talent plus opportunity and a one-eyed backup. Najee One-Eye Harris. So I think with Omarion Hampton, with Jim Harbaugh, this is going to be handoff.
It's a good scenario. He loves to run the ball.
He's going to get 300-plus carries this season, and he's so good. Again, we've talked about multiple times for our division, for our rookie preview, for our running back preview. Omarion Hampton keeps moving up lists for a reason. He takes hits and just bounces off and keeps going. So I love Omarion Hampton to take the Rookie of the Year over fellow Ashton Genty for the Raiders because I just think Hampton's going to have more opportunities, frankly, and he's going to be on a really good team with a really good line. That's where I'm at. All right, let's bump to our final category before we close out this episode, our MVP. So who's going to win the MVP this year? And let's go kick it off to Pruitt. So, Prue, starting at the beginning and the end, who's the MVP?
All right, so I was looking up the past winners. It's seemingly someone different every year. Aaron Rodgers, believe it or not, 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And Mahomes, Lamar, Josh Allen this last year. I don't think Josh repeats. Lamar could. Mahomes obviously could. but I'm going to go somewhere different. I'm going to say Joe Burrow gets one this year. If he can stay healthy,
Oh, okay.
he could easily put up 45 touchdowns or something this year with Chase and T. Higgins and so forth. He's just got a ton of weapons. Chase Brown also on that team can help from an offensive standpoint. So I think all those pieces make Joe Burrow look really good if he puts it all together and gets off
Yeah.
to an average start, like you said earlier. I think he could finally show up and win that.
Got
this
enough
year.
talent to do it for sure.
Yeah, I think last year, I mean, he was just under 5,000 yards and 40-plus touchdowns, was third.
Yeah.
Lamar and Josh Allen both got ahead of him with that type of season.
I
So
know.
that's kind of crazy, but I think he's right on the precipice, and I agree. He could definitely win it. Chiz, who do you like?
Man, I know that I said they're not going to the Super Bowl, but, you know, the last few years, you don't have to go to the Super Bowl to win the MVP. And I think people are sleeping on Patty. If you look at the numbers he's put up historically, when he's had a good offensive line and some offensive weapons, they were ridiculous. I think the last 2 years, people have kind of been lulled to sleep because they've had less weapons and they've had less of a line. So they've had to figure out ways to get it done. But I think this year his numbers are going to go way back up. I think they're going to throw a lot. Andy loves to throw, and he's got a lot more tools. And if you look the preseason, the offensive line has been great. And so even though I don't think they're going back to the Super Bowl, I think he's winning the MVP. He's going to put up huge numbers. People are going to remember how great he is. Patrick Mahomes, MVP. How about you, Dex?
Yeah, I'm on the same boat. And Frank, I had Joe Burrow in there first, and then I was like, God, but Pat Mahomes has a line and really good wideouts. They're actually deep. We're not throwing to Sky Moore anymore.
Right.
So I think there's just a lot of dudes for him just to dump off. I think even the run plays are going to be passes. So I think he's going to have 5,000 yards. He's going to be mid-40s touchdowns, and he's going to remind people who've quickly forgotten that he's the best quarterback to ever play this game. He's going to kind of pull one of those Brady seasons. If you remember the Brady season where they went undefeated and he just lit it up and set records, I don't know if he'll set all the records, but boy, is he going to remind the league that he's pretty dang good statistically as well. And I love Mahomes this year for that. So that's where I'm at.
I like it.
All right.
I agree.
So I think that's going to wrap it up, boys. I'm just pumped about week 1 starting in a couple days. So we're gonna
football season.
Yeah, Philly, Dallas. We're gonna see how that goes, and then we got Chiefs, Chargers down in Brazil. So that'll be opening our season up, and then we'll go into the fun stuff on Sunday for the full slate. Anything else?
No, just remind everybody check out the website.
Yep.
So if you guys haven't checked it out yet, it should be bookmarked already, I'm assuming. If it hasn't, you're going to have more content throughout the season on there. You're going to have the ability to buy those shirts you guys were talking about. And it's going to be a really good resource. Plus, you can stream any of our stuff from there. So if you listen to it on Spotify, if you listen to it on YouTube, either one of those links are available. You can always find the latest episodes. You can go back and listen to some of the fun old episodes if you want to. So check out that website, the shrewdness.podcastpage.io.
That's right. And we're going to have all of our Shrewdness sleepers, Spuds, and our gambling picks on there too. So if you want to skip right to it, you can do that. But if you want to know the reasons, obviously check into the show. Pruitt, any last anecdotes before we head out?
Nope. Super excited.
What do people need to do before the games, though?
Be wise, gamble smartly, but most importantly, stay shrewd.